What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clash of Clubs, episode 84. My name is Dylan, and I am alongside Mila and Grant, as always. A happy weekend, once again, on the podcast. United 4 in a row, one game away from that stupid, beautiful bastard getting that crow's nest out of his fucking head. Chelsea, on the back of a first-half hat trick by Cole Palmer, win 3-1 at Wolves. And the best game of the window, and it always tends to be Manchester City versus Liverpool. City have some late heroics to keep the title challenge alive. That's what we got in this one. It's a jam-packed show as always. So let's kick on into it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clash of Clubs. I'm Dylan. They just got punched in the mouth. They didn't even know how to react.
That is one Derby Diamond.
I'm Mila. Do we want to do a little prediction? That was the last time they showed an initiative to go get a fucking player.
They're still alive here. Balotelli. Aguero.
I'm Grant. They're talking a lot about you 15. How will you respond 15?
We downgraded from Peppa. Do you know how absurd that is?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
Oh, man. It was my week, man. It was absolutely my week. A super predicky, and all three results correct. It doesn't get much better than that. It really doesn't get much better than that. Of course, Grant had to ruin what could have been the first time in, I think, the entire pod's history that we had everybody get the correct results, because he decided to take Chelsea or City to draw with Liverpool 2-2. You had to go and do it, man. You had to go and do it. You had to be different. And look what it got you.
Yeah.
Look what it got you, man. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Because we are at 231 subscribers as of this evening. Super Bowl evening in America. I've come to the realization that football just doesn't compete with football on any level. Like, it just doesn't anymore. At least not for me. So
I had some good plays.
That, you know what, that might be the only thing that football does better than football is the food that you get during it. But if you like this type of what do we call it? Grub? Grub.
It just sounds a little grosser. No good.
See, this is the type of commentary that you get on this type of podcast. 231 people know it. You should be a part of that 231. Get us to 300 subscribers, but the goal is the 500 at some point in the future. So like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the fun stuff, and let's get into it. I don't remember why I did this one first, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna go with Chelsea first.
Sure.
Yeah. You want to recap this match, because I was in and out of it, because whenever it comes to Wolves, like, they just don't really compete. So Grant, what happened in this 3-1 win for Chelsea?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. I think in my 5 things video, the thing I said the most was Wolves tax, and like, you have to take into account we're playing Wolves. And I think obviously we'll get into the hat trick later, but 2 of the dumbest penalties I've seen given away in succession. Like, yeah, we had some good patterns of play in that first half, and I think we were deserving of the lead for sure, but they handed us 2 goals, and then we get the third one shortly after. Really comfortable first half, as you would expect against a team like Wolves, regardless of the form. I keep hearing they're in good form. They have 8 points. I don't care. Like, this shouldn't be close. So looked good in the first half, and in the second half, intensity drops. We concede on the set piece again, and they have about a 10-minute spell of being in the game, but we put it to bed. It wasn't the most exciting second half. There were a few moments here and there, but we ended with a front 3 of Garnacho, Delap, and Neto. So it ended 3-1, and you got your prediction as a result of that, Dylan. So yeah, a little frustrated about that part on the side, but all things considered, yeah, you get your 3 points, you move on. New manager, yet to lose or drop points in the Prem. Love to see it.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to Wolves. Angel Gomez was good. Like, they suck, man. And when you have a player of any talent go into that side, it makes them look better. But a player of talent, a player that's been out of form, now in form, and I'm just going to say it off of one game. Cole Palmer, another first half hat trick. It's ridiculous. Like, how many hat tricks does he have now in his career? 4?
4 with
That's
Chelsea.
fucking ludicrous. He's got more hat tricks than like most Premier League legends. It's stupid. Like, I know that he had
He's
2
got more
penalties.
than that, though, doesn't he? Just Premier League hat tricks?
I think it's 4 prem hat. Is it 4? Is it 4 first half hat tricks?
No,
Or
he
is
has
it
3
for-
first half hat tricks. So Everton, he had the perfect hat trick in the first half, and then he got the 4th one where they fought over the penalty in the second
Yeah,
half.
That's right.
And then Brighton last year, he had the 4 goals in the first half. So that was a first half hat trick. And then obviously yesterday against Wolves, surprisingly, the 4th hat trick was against Man United.
Yes, and it was
2 penalties and then the winner.
Yeah,
but
he's ridiculous when he's getting penalties. Maybe that's what it is. Was this a sign of life for you after what's been kind of a lull in his performances with the injuries and stuff? Like, did this spark you with any positivity moving forward? Obviously, a hat trick's a hat trick, right? But did you see something different out of this performance in particular that maybe thinks that it's getting a little colder outside?
I don't know if I would say that, but what I will say is when you get the opportunity to play Wolves, like you can build off of a performance like that, right? So to convincingly take 2 penalties and to get into the area and get that hat trick, because remember in our last game, he skied one right at the end. He had an opportunity to get a goal, maybe start building onto and get some confidence. But I mean, you heard him. He speaks really candidly when he does speak to the media, and he spoke about it. He hasn't really dealt with injuries before, and he's not sure what he can really get off when he's playing. And I've kind of been speaking towards this similar sentiment with his play. He just doesn't really look comfortable and confident. So, I mean, yeah, I think a hat trick's a great platform to build on, but he still came off after an hour. I still think he's building physically. So I don't think we're there yet to the point where we can just throw him in a game and say, hey, yeah, Cole Palmer, 90 minutes, we know what we're going to get. I don't think we're there yet. I do think that just comes down to his fitness, but to see him get a hat trick, I mean, yeah, I'm not complaining. And yeah, I'm not going to lie. When he got the penalties, I was like, oh, we're back. I felt something, right? Like the Ratatouille. I felt something. So I'll take the penalties. But yeah, good to see, but need that fitness to come back.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. You need the fitness to come back because he's just a much better player when he's healthy. I mean, that goes for every player, but
right.
Mila, did you watch this at all? Did you see any of the first half?
I was driving, unfortunately.
No, it wasn't a very.
I don't got much to say. It's also Wolves, so I didn't look into it much.
I mean, yeah, Man City. We saw the Wolves test twice. They passed.
They hadn't lost it. That was different. That was different. we ended that, and now it's back to normal. No, but I think just outside the scope of watching it, everything you said about Palmer is correct. Once he builds up that consistency to be able to play more minutes, we'll probably see the old Cole Palmer. It'll get a little colder out, which we need because it's been a pretty hot winter.
That's good.
I do think. I think it does. I need to say, similar with Reece James when he was missing games due to fitness. I'm still not worried about Cole Palmer. Like there are conversations, and we're starting to be like, "Oh, Palmer might not make it on the England team." And yes, on form, he's not even playing. I hear it, but like when we're talking caliber of player, like I don't think he's dropped a level or he's a fluke or he's this or that. Like I think that's really just silly. This is him at definitely not 100%, and he's able to get a hat trick. Yeah, it's 2 penalties. He's got 4 of them. Like this is something he's done before. So I'm not worried about him at all. I just need him fit. That's the most important thing. We know we're going to have more important fixtures down the line. So that's when we're going to want him and be able to rely upon him. I'm not worried about him when we're talking caliber of player. Like we know what we have.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to really gauge when it comes to Wolves. I want to say that he's playing better as of late. The bar wasn't very high, but he just even in this one, he doesn't. The fact that he only went 60 is a little concerning to me, just because I would have liked to have seen him get more minutes. But maybe this is they are saving him for later in the season, but they haven't proven that they want to use him at all in full 90 bursts, and that concerns me. And for someone that wants to see him at the World Cup because I think he's a phenomenal talent, and I don't know how you could leave that off. If he's unable to play these heavy minutes, like Chelsea's ceiling in particular, if we're going to focus on Chelsea's ceiling with him is top 4, right? And then without it, I have question marks in terms of can they get over the line in a grueling end of the season. We talked about the schedule up until this point has been very flattering and very light in terms of the actual opponents.
right here.
Yeah, but when you're getting into the games where I think it's like you're gonna play like twice, 3 times a week, and all of the games and fixtures are top half opponents, and then you throw in Champions League in the mix. Like if Cole Palmer is not able to play multiple games in a week, or if he's not able to play even a full 90, I worry that the floor might bottom out for Chelsea. Now, with that being said, I think the rest of the team and Rossinier have lifted that floor a little bit of late. I just don't know if it's me basing this off the eye test of Wolves or me being a little giddy just because Cole Palmer finally scored again. So I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
My sentiment doesn't come from the hat trick itself saying, oh yeah, see, I knew it. Like I've known this. Like I haven't been worried about him. We're seeing the flashes again, but to me, it's all fitness. Like you said, he comes off after an hour. I kind of saw that coming, especially with the game wrapped up, but he's clearly not fit to play a full 90. He's literally saying it himself.
Yeah.
I appreciate the transparency, but you almost kind of wish in hindsight maybe he could have gotten the surgery if that was an option. Again, we don't have the specifics of what the injury is, but if there is an option to take care of it and take the time to come back and you'd be able to come back 100%, I always feel like that's the best option to take. We played pretty much a full season, had 3 weeks off, and went right back into preseason. So, that I feel like that plays a part. It's really just unfortunate, but whatever we need to do to be able to get him back to 100%, I think that's the best course of action, especially in this lighter run of games, because like you said, we have much more important games and we're still sitting in 5th. And it's a weird conversation because I feel like United and Chelsea have had similar yet different arcs this season, and they're right next to each other right now, but there's so much more optimism at United. And I think it's just really because of where we both were last year.
Yep.
We thought we were going to build off of the end of our season, and United were pretty much like, okay, this is rock bottom. What can happen now? So there's just been this huge uplift there versus here. I feel like Rossinior's won, 7 out of 9 games, only 2 he's lost were to Arsenal. It still feels a little uneasy. It doesn't feel like we're like, oh, yeah, like, okay, we're going to build on it. It just feels like it's a house of cards, right? Just one card away from it getting real uneasy again and really shaky, and then the press still bullying the manager, right? Like every time we lose, that video of him taking a touch is going for 2 days. Like it's still just this uneasy feeling at Chelsea, and obviously results do one thing for you, but Cole Palmer scoring hat tricks, that definitely will make things more safe, right? It'll make that foundation feel a lot more stable. So I do think he can play a big part.
Yeah, it was. That's a good point. There is a kind of Titanic feeling to it. Like things are going great and it looks great, but like, is there an iceberg ahead? Like, are we about to just fucking collapse? Like, and it shouldn't feel like that. Like you said, the run of games and the form that you guys are in, minus losing to the team in first twice, you haven't lost. It's a weird feeling around Chelsea. And I think that's just. Is that just the vibe because of everything that's happened this season with the context?
No.
Yeah.
I don't even think this season. I think multiple seasons. This is just conditioning. Things start going good, and they expect things to turn to shit.
To turn to shit
very quickly after. And
I think I said it last year too, where it's like, oh, this is going to be the bumpy year, and then next year is going to be cool. They keep making it the crazy bumpy roller coaster year.
I think the crazy part of this is that the duration of that period is like shorter and shorter every time that you get a new manager. So this is where that uneasiness, even though like nothing's happened yet, nothing bad has happened. You lost to Arsenal in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
It's a scary movie. It's like you're waiting for the jump scare.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It just
You're
hasn't
living
hasn't
it.
happened
You're
yet.
living the horror movie.
You said
Oh,
we're conditioned. It's a great way to put it, Mila.
it is.
Thanks.
They hit the bell and everyone's like, "Oh shit." Start
We got
salivating.
another new manager.
It's time to get scared.
All right, yeah, there's not much to talk about when it comes to that Chelsea game and all the other stuff. So that's
Leeds Tuesday Cup final.
oh yeah, Leeds in good form. Alrighty, time to talk about my club.
Let me
One is
start.
new. Do you want to start?
Just
you wanna
real
start?
quick. Of course,
Yeah.
these fucking guys are gonna do this shit. Of course. it's part of it's whatever the contracts they sign when they sign for Tottenham Hotspurs. It says let's fuck over City and then look like the worst team and do the dumbest shit. The next game after. Okay, Dylan, you can go.
Okay, yeah, no, that is that. When it comes to Spurs, because we don't have to talk about them right now. That is a good way of summarizing them. What was I gonna say? Oh, 1 is new manager bounce, 2 is coincidence, 3 is a heat check, and 4 is form. Because
Oh.
that's what it is. That's what it is. United are on a good run of form. Like I said, 1 win away from that bastard's crow nest being off of his head, which is crazy to think that that's in the run with City and Arsenal and all that stuff. And I don't even want to say Spurs because they were shit. But the match itself, I thought United were good. And then Romero gets the red card and they got better in the match, which earlier this season we saw them not get better in a match when they went up a guy. So not a whole lot to take away from the game from like an opponent's perspective, but I think when you've asked about like the battles that United have gone through so far in this run of form, it's like City or City and Arsenal or Arsenal, and they play their distinct styles. And then Fulham kind of is a hybrid between what Spurs are at, which is like low block, mid block kind of thing. They pass that test, and then now Spurs, they're just a fighter team. Like they have nothing going for them. They have the worst. Frank has the worst winning percentage in the history of the league. They have no injury. They have like no healthy players. They're going to have to run into the next stretch of games with like a stupid amount of things going against them. And that's all to say that like that's this run of form for United, but also they dominated another match. It's 4 in a row. I'm very happy. My 5 things was as chipper as it could get. But I there's not a whole lot to take away from like a team performance when you're up a man for that long and whatever it is. But there's one guy that none of us have talked about during this entire 4-game stretch, and it's the most important stat so far of United season, which is they have one guy, and he started in 4 matches this year, and United have a 100% winning record with that player in the squad. Nope.
No.
It's Kobe Mainoo.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Kobe Mainoo has started in 4 matches since Amorim has left, and United have won 4 games, and they look better in the midfield. They look better on the counter. They look better in possession. My star boy is home. And while I wasn't like against some of the stuff earlier in the season, it became to a point where I was like, this is just a vendetta against a player. Because we all see it. It all pops straight off the page. Like, there's a reason why he was in the Euro squad as a young kid starting in a final. There's a reason why he's immediately back in the England conversations, according to the reporting. Like, this guy is just an immense talent. I'll kind of shelf my thoughts to let you guys kind of talk about Kobe Mainoo because we haven't talked about him at all during this
No, we really
this
haven't.
4-game
I
stretch.
think he's been taking his chance. That's something we even talked about with Amorim still in charge. Was that when he did get chances, he just wasn't really taking them. It might just be the weight off his back. The guy that's in his ear telling him that he can't do it is gone, and now he's able to shine again, star boy. He's looked great, and I think a lot of that is also Casemiro just being a great partner in that midfield. So it is scary to think what's going to happen in a couple months when you have to replace that position. But he's been sturdy, and to have that one figured out is definitely one off the checklist for you guys.
Yeah. Grant?
I'm glad you brought it up. I mean, I feel like I was advocating for him a lot last year to get in the team, as I was very critical of Amarim. I kept saying, like, this guy, like, surely he needs to play. Like, maybe when Amarim was there, he could play in one of those 10s, but like, this is a player of immense quality, and you need to find a way to get him in the team. And I mean, Carrick, again, not to understate what he's done since coming in, but in simple terms, he's understanding the talented players in this squad and platforming them. Obviously, the focus has been in the attack, but like you've been begging for, Dylan, control. We need to be able to put our foot on the ball. I mean, he's the epitome of that. He can do that in all phases of the game. And I think having that sort of balance, and again, for as young as he is, he has that understanding of when and where on the pitch to do what needs to be done based on game state. I feel like that's another attribute he's showing. But yeah, he's fantastic. Like you said, he probably should be on that plane for the Euros or the World Cup. I'm sorry, but he is that good. If he continues to play like this, especially for the rest of the season, like we spoke about last episode, 1 game a week, yeah, he can definitely get on that plane.
Yeah, I'm just impressed at his level of readiness for how little he's played. And the fact that he's jumped in and done 4 straight 90s and has looked this good. Like, he is getting better every match. Like, this was the best match so far for him. And the game's just, for someone of his age to read the game as well as he does, like you were saying, it's just the know-how. It's crazy. It's like playing with the wall sometimes. Like, the give and goes, that control, that tempo setter. I honestly thought that Casemiro was going to have to be the tempo setter, but it became very, very clear in this match in particular that it's Manu. Like, Casemiro was the one making the forward runs. He was the one getting into the box. Manu was the guy sitting in deep and playing the progressive passes and making everyone around him look better. And I mentioned in the last one that he finished with like an 83% passing completion. This one, it was 94. That's the mark of like a truly great game as a 6-8 hybrid where you can control the match. And United have sucked when they've been up goals. They tend to lose control, and we've seen it earlier in the year. They didn't lose control in this one. I thought from 1 to 90, it felt very safe. And Romero's red card obviously plays a role in that, but they would have looked a lot more shaky if Manu wasn't playing in this one. I could almost guarantee it. Like, I'm just shocked that none of, like, I'm shocked by myself that I haven't brought it up, but maybe I was waiting for this performance where I could say, like, this was the man of the match performance where he wasn't doing anything like crazy spectacular, but he was still the best player on the pitch.
Well, I think like what you were saying, like new manager bounce. Second one, what you say? I don't
Coincidence.
remember what you say. Yeah, but I mean, if he's had those 4 games, that's basically been his all of
That's his whole season.
It applies to him. Yeah, it applies to him. So I think they go hand in hand, and just got to see it against West Ham.
Yeah, dude, fuck West Ham.
What do you think about that one though?
Concerned. Look, when you have
you guys are both in great form, but
yeah, no, West Ham have played great.
Competition's been way better.
Yeah, and they played to United's weaknesses, coming off the back foot and hitting on the counter. Like, look, they made Chelsea look really nervy in the first half of their match, and they ended up losing the reins. Absolutely, but they're a good team. They've got some good talent. I just don't know if we're in that much better form to where I can say that, like, I feel super confident. I'm going to predict a win, obviously, but
no, definitely. But
if they play like they've
Chelsea
played
too, I think they're away at that. They're at home for you guys.
Yeah, but Chelsea also rotated. That's the other thing about this. We've talked about it a little bit. It's like United playing one game a week.
Don't need
same 11.
Yeah,
it's the same 11. So they're building continuity and consistency every single match now. The only concern that I have is it honestly is the midfield battle, because Fernandes for West Ham is a fantastic footballer, and he's proven now over multiple games in a row that he can compete with the best midfielders in the world. So it's really the question of, like, can Casemiro and Manu have another good game where they can nullify him as a player? Now, I don't know. But
Yeah,
the relegation.
He's been in my
Fernandez?
fantasy team for quite some time, Dylan. As you know, it's a big part of why I'm in first place. But yeah, he's a quality player, and they made us look pathetic for a full half. Really, a little more than a full half. So yeah, it's definitely not a guarantee. They're starting to get a little bit of continuity there. And Nuno, I don't think we can undermine what he just did at Nottingham Forest. Like, it's no scrub. So I definitely think they might be starting to build something. Their Somerville's on fire.
Yeah.
It'd be great to build on. You guys 5 in a row would be huge.
Yeah. No, look, if United can get 5 in a row, they get that. I think it's more of a media thing. It sounds like Bruno Fernandes and the rest of the crew are fucking pissed off at this guy for
Yeah, I fuck
putting
with
that
it too.
target on their back.
Yeah.
But
It's like, bro,
I think that I'm, you know what? I'm changing. And after the more that we've talked, and after I looked at the run of form that they were on, which is Spurs, Sunderland, and Burnley, I feel a little bit better about
Yeah,
that
I mean,
because
the
Spurs are
competition's way
awful and
different.
Burnley's awful. Yeah. And so, look, Nuno's doing a fantastic job. I hope that United can carry this form straight into this match. And I think if United get an early goal, then it could get ugly. But West Ham will make it a game. It'll be a game. It's the Premier League. And this is this is the first time United aren't going to have a full week in a while to go into this. I forgot.
that's true.
So there's a little
Big
little more leg to it. Big test on West.
Big test.
This has been the comment from everybody.
This was the argument we had last week, if anything.
Yeah.
I think it was
So
over
we're
text,
gonna
though.
see.
I don't even know if it was over. I don't know if it was on the pod.
Every week, every like United content creator and every like Premier League content creator is like, this is the biggest test of United's run, and they've done that for 4 games in a row. So we might as well let's keep it consistent. No, this is the biggest test of United's run.
No, I think there's pressure with the, like you were saying, the media coverage of it and the haircut, man. But I mean, 5 wins in a row is pretty good. Not many teams are doing 5 in a row in the Premier League nowadays. So that's a great sign if it does happen. It's just added pressure. And if you guys get it, get it. If you get a draw, you walk away, 13 points out of 15? I think you guys can take that too. Like, it's not the end of the world, but it is just like
it'd be nice to not have that fucking thing. Like, as a fan of the club, the one thing that I want is to stop seeing that guy pop up on my feed after every win, and it's like a checkbox of like 5 games. Like, I'm just tired of seeing his face.
I'm not even one of those people. I mean, this might sound crazy. I'm not one of those people just to hate on something just because, but even to a point now, like you're saying, Dylan, it's time, bro. Like, let's just let the guy cut his hair. But objectively, I am pulling for West Ham.
Like, he might be the first industry plant content creator of all time. Like, he may have been.
Bro, I'm not mad at the guy.
I'm not either. It's just a crazy story. I honestly, for his sake, to get that disgusting fucking hair cut off at this point.
Now people are saying he's gonna find another gimmick. I hope he's just pure and he's done.
No, that should be a one and done thing. He's got a big enough following now where he can do any type of content creation within the United sphere, and it'll be fine. So, fingers crossed. We'll do our predictions at the end to see if we all think he cuts his hair. But let's switch gears to the other Manchester team. Me and Mila were in the car on our way to Coachella to watch our local team, the LA Galaxy, and it was pretty And then as these games tend to go, it becomes it might be the best Premier League game over the last 5 years every single time. Every single time, this is the best fixture every single year. And these two teams just hate each other, and they've gone through that rivalry together. And
they do and they don't. I don't know.
It's always like the best fixture. Like, even a United,
they have
Arsenal,
a very high respect for each other, I think, and it becomes that like competitive kind of hate.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're all homies off the field, so it's kind of just one of those weird ones where maybe they're rivals. At the end of the day, they're just fucking rivals.
They're rivals,
and it's been one of the best, if not the best, rivalry in the Prem for, like you were saying, the past couple of years. I think they just all put it on the line every game, home or away. This fixture's just exciting.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go with this. You solved.
Where to start?
Yeah, where do you want to start in terms of the review? Do you want to start right at like the Soboslai goal, which was like, okay, he's got to be the best free kick
We could do a
taker in
quick
the world
rundown.
right
Yeah.
now.
I kind of just want to talk about him in general. Yeah, that free kick was fucking insane. To plant
Wicked.
Donnarumma in his goal is
Holy
really
crap.
crazy.
was absurd.
What's funny to me as a watcher of footy is that on Bernardo's goal, he is also planted into the ground, keeping him onside. He then proceeds to foul Holland, stopping the goal, and then getting a 3-match ban. So he might have had the highest of highs with that free kick, but he certainly had a shit show of a performance, and it just slipped away like that.
It's only
Yeah,
one game
really?
ban, I believe, for
Is it?
Oh, okay.
because it wasn't violent.
Not malicious.
Like Tadebo's getting a
Oh.
3-game ban.
I thought
that red, though?
I thought straight reds were 3. Is it only
Straight
one?
If it's
red.
denial goal scoring, it's 1 game. You're talking to the red card expert, my friend.
That's a really stupid rule, but okay, that's
All
fine.
the players thought it was 3 games also. So
I could be
Yeah,
off.
we'll,
Like,
we'll see.
No,
think
no,
I'm right,
you're
I'm like
probably to be
90%.
fair. Someone can fact check it. I'm gonna go with the guy who's seen the most red cards this year. That's probably the case. Did Cucurella
Sounds
only
like
get
Chalaba's
one?
back already?
Did Cucurella only get one?
No, it's Chalaba.
I thought Cucurella also got a straight red for that. Or what did he get a red for? There's been so many red cards this year.
Yeah, exactly. Chalaba was denying goal scoring.
That's not important. But the fact that
Yeah,
Mila's right, that he scored one of the best free kicks again this season and immediately went and cost Liverpool 3 points and then also got himself banned for another game, and he's their best player, their most important player, is fucking hilarious.
As a hater, you just love it.
He's the right back. He's the guy filling in at right back because the other right backs are hurt. So now who's gonna go fill in at right back?
Gravenberch.
But then who are you playing in the midfield? It's a slippery slope, as Dylan and I like to say.
Yeah, I love a slippery slope.
No, but yeah, shit. Yeah, I guess shout out to him for that free kick. That was immense.
Wicked.
But what I did want to talk about the most out of all of this is just Bernardo's captain mentality, and I think you see it from that moment. That was his best display as a captain for us this season. That ball goes in the back of the net. Everyone else is shell-shocked, walking away. He goes and grabs the ball to go put it and get the game going again. He gets way more forward than he normally is. He follows Holland's header and then puts in a great finish past Alisson to get the game back 1-1. Grabs the ball again, brings it to the halfway line, tells him, let's fucking go. Gets the fans riled up, let's fucking go. To go get another goal because he knows we need another goal. One, he hates Arsenal, so that is evident to me, and that can only make him even greater of a City legend. But two, like, it's just captain's mentality and the way he brought up the team. We are not a second half team right now, as of late, and for us to go down in the second half at Anfield, at a place we haven't won since 2009, maybe earlier.
A lot of L's I saw.
With fans. I know we won during COVID, but that was without fans. So with fans at Anfield, we haven't won there in a very long time. It was just incredible. I think you see all the passion that they displayed in the celebrations, even just in the effort. And yeah, well, did you guys want to say anything about Bernardo? Because I thought that was also one of his best games in a very long time too, regardless of the leadership on display.
Yeah, I mean that's a good segue into the topic, which is your big players on the biggest moment of the season to keep the title hopes alive. Because if you didn't get all 3 points here, I think we all could have maybe lied to ourselves, but probably could have considered the title race over, unless Arsenal have like a crazy fall off.
I looked at you and said Arsenal won the title when the free kick went in.
Yep. You did. You did look at me and you went, it's over. Arsenal won the title, which you needed your best players. You needed your big players, the guys that have been in that moment before, to be their best for a 20-minute sprint, and they did it. And Bernardo Silva was at the the helm of it. And we've been critical of
Mhm.
Bernardo this season, like super critical. And in the
It's
biggest
definitely
moment,
calmed down lately, but
yeah,
he stepped up in a big way today, and I think he's only going to continue to push that behavior.
yeah, I don't even want to talk about Bernardo because I thought he was great, but
Yeah.
it's not him for me. It wasn't him
No,
for me. It was
there's so many other people you could talk. We could talk about 4 other guys, I think, in this.
yeah. There's 3 in particular that I want to talk about, but who are you thinking?
You get 3?
I'm just thinking about 3 that I have like strong opinions
I
about.
only had 1 really.
Do you
One?
have
Gahey.
who?
I thought
Okay.
Gahey
Yeah,
was,
Gahey was
Gahey-
class.
I thought he was the
he's
man
one
of
of
the
my
match.
4.
One of them. He was okay. So we have similars here. Let's start with Gahey. He was fantastic.
unbelievable.
Yeah. He looks like
Every
he's been here
facet.
for years.
I can
Does not
guarantee
look like a player that's been here for 3 games.
I can guarantee you that if Liverpool had signed him in the summer, you guys lose this game because if he wasn't playing,
They
today,
would be in the top 4.
yeah,
I don't know. Okay, no, we'd have Diaz for today. We might not be in the Premier League title race anymore if he wasn't here, but we'd have Diaz today, he gives just as much, I think. But Gahey was immense. I have others.
Okay, but Gahey for me, in terms of the guys that have stepped up and have been very good of recent in big moments, especially against Liverpool, he's probably number 1 on the list. He dominated against them when he was with Palace. He scored goals against them with Palace, and in this one, he made like 3 or 4 massive blocks to keep City in the game. So he's just a phenomenal footballer, and the fact that you guys got him for what you got him for, stupid. This is the City signing that everyone gets angry about, and it's like, well, you had the chance and you didn't take it. City took it, and now that keeps him in a title race. Who are the other players you wanted to talk about?
Another one for me is Donna. I
Yep.
think that save, like, come on. Ridiculous.
How many
Not to
times has he
mention,
done
like,
that this year?
you are
It
not,
was
not
absurd.
me. You guys
That was
complain
absurd.
a lot about his ball claiming ability on crosses and corners. That was the best I've seen it. There was some, I think, 1
Yeah.
or 2. That was
Yeah, there were a
he
few
came out a
shaky
little
ones,
too
too.
much, but it was because he was fucking putting his body on the line for every one
Much
of
better.
those. And winning them, and it was just awesome, especially that save at the end.
The
No, what it-
deflection where it's pretty much behind him and he swats it away with a strong hand. I mean, that is top level. I mean, I feel like I've always had questions about Donnarumma up until last year's UCL run. He was really good. But then you hear the rumblings and the fact that PSG just won almost every trophy and they're willing to let him go. Surely there's something we don't know. No, he's exactly what you think he is. And I even think today they played a lot more out at the back, especially in the first half. Really close moments, but he looked really comfortable. I still don't think that's something you want to do a lot with him, but he didn't seem to have any problems with his feet today. And again, the shot stopping it's world class.
That ball playing thing is like the Cherokee attitude problems to me. I know there's actual evidence of him being bad with the ball, but at City
he looked great today.
He tries to emulate what Ederson did, a little less Cruyff turns, which is good. But he did a fake pass, I think today.
He's playing with some unreal confidence, that's for sure.
I don't know.
A fake pass. No, listen. A fake pass in a high press situation from Donnarumma, like that's him walking around chest out on the ball.
Sure.
Like,
but for me,
he can do it now. He's
because
comfortable
of
doing it.
maybe it's what I'm scarred from with the keepers I've seen, but might be a controversial take with the keepers. Shut up and dribble. When Robert Sanchez started just booting it up, he looked good. He looked confident. Don't do too much. Mind you, he's been playing with the ball under Rosignor more, but as soon as it gets uncomfortable, we need to stop. We need to work on that in the training ground until you are comfortable, because if you are not comfortable, disaster. But to your point, Mila, Donnarumma does look comfortable in those situations. So I definitely think he's growing in that form of his game, but yeah. I don't think anyone can really emulate Ederson.
No, he's trying to.
Trying to is a big word.
It's like how I play like Luka.
2 things on Donnarumma before I pass it back over to you. One, as the stats guy on the podcast, I saw something that said that him saving that, like it was a 17% chance on that final one, which is disgusting. 2, you said something to me at Coachella, which was very funny because I was asking why his jerseys never fit. and you responded that he's not an athletic goalie, he's just a goalkeeper, Dylan. And I think that's the perfect way of describing Donnarumma. He is not an athlete, but god damn it, is he a good goalkeeper.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Who's
Dell.
you have two other guys that
I
you want
got
to talk
two
about?
more. Yeah, definitely. I mean, one of them is nailed on for sure that I think we need to talk about.
Is it Holland?
And it's Holland. It has
Yeah,
to be.
okay, cool.
His off-ball ability has been it's leaps and bounds improved in the past 10 games. And I feel like nobody's fucking talking about it other than us on our last podcast, because the guy had four chances created in the game where everyone said he was doing jack shit and he needs to get benched again. This game, he was everywhere, literally everywhere. He gets the header assist, he puts the penalty away, and he's playing that through ball to Marmoush, who couldn't stay on side, but it's there. The pass that you and I saw, Dylan, where he
Yeah.
met like two guys
Yep.
to create another chance. Like, he's creating for the people around him, and just because he's going to be double teamed, now he's not out of the game. All these motherfuckers that wanted to call him a D2 striker, like, the criticism was there. Where's the praise of this? He might not be putting the goals away. He's still the top goal scorer in the fucking league. And now he's adding this to his game, and it's fucking quiet. And I think that's absurd.
I think out of the front three today, he was the best in that aspect in terms of playing in between the lines and creating the chances. I think the other two struggled in that aspect. Yeah, Holland looked the best of the three. But yeah, he had an immense game, and obviously it's a penalty, but to get the goal at the end definitely has to feel good and something you can build off of. It's a great moment to have with the away fans to beat Liverpool away. A lot of those guys haven't done that before. So yeah, that's absolutely, we always talk about moments. That's a moment you can build on.
Yeah. It's funny that the last episode I was like, he's not getting enough touches. Like, you got to get him the ball more. And then he had 8 passes in this one, and I felt like he had more contribution to the game. Like everything that we talked about in the last video with Holland, this was the opposite, but the same. And I can't describe it any way better. And it's going to be confusing to anyone just queuing in on this one. But it's like he did
Unlucky.
less. He did more with less today.
Yes,
Which is
takes advantage
more
of his
with less.
opportunities.
I think is what we need to start expecting from him when he's so heavily guarded and he's whistled so differently, like we were talking about. He has to find a way to make it work. He can't just say, "Oh, like the refs are just not making it happen. I'm just not gonna do anything." So this is his way of, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna get up in the headers and just knock it on for a Bernardo or whoever wants to get ready for it, instead of saying, "I need to header this straight at the goal." And again today, like, he had some chances that he just kind of makes out of nothing. The clinicalness of them is not there yet, but he's creating the shot for himself. And I think once the goals start coming with that, it's going to be very scary, because it's just not there yet. It's not lethal, but the idea is there, and the room for growth is certainly there. He's not going to stagnate anytime soon, in my opinion.
Yep. This is gonna sound strange, and I'm not trying to put any offense to him, but I thought the Spurs game and what Dominic Solanke did is the next evolution for Holland in terms of what he can do off the ball. We're like, yes, they are gonna play him more physical.
Would have got a red card if you played like Solanke.
No. But what I'm saying is he can drag people out and change the dynamics of center backs and the defensive structure by not necessarily playing more physical, but just taking them out with his physicality. And I know he gets called differently, but he's got to have some more give and take in that sense, where he's not forcing physicality, but he's playing with physicality, because I think there's a difference. And I think recently, because he's been out of goal scoring form for himself, he's been forcing physicality instead of playing with it. Today, he was playing with physicality. But maybe it's because he was playing Van Dijk. And Van Dijk's a little different, and
yeah.
But I
think, to what you're saying, he almost has to be a decoy for other people to score, and knowing that he's such a lethal player in general, he will get his goals regardless. But when we look at him as the sole scorer of goals, it's like he can just get shut out of games sometimes, because we're shoving it down one path that's blocked by 4 defenders, 3 defenders, whoever knows.
Yeah, he might be the greatest decoy in the history of decoys.
I know.
He might be. He might be, but it's a crazy concept. But
maybe we're overthinking it.
we could be. We could be. Was there anyone else that you wanted to talk about?
We can go over it quickly. I just think
Okay.
Nunes deserves his flowers even further. He won the penalty because he doesn't give up on the play. Really good, just defensive game from him, and he looks strong and fast again. He just is growing into the position. He's made it his own, and I'm really proud of him and what he's accomplished because I don't think many people saw this coming. I say this a lot about him, I think, but he deserves every bit of praise.
Yeah, completely written off. He was the next Calvin Phillips, and now he is a top 2 or 3 right back in the entire league. You could probably stretch that conversation even further. He deserves flowers. I don't want to talk about him though.
No, we have to talk
because
about something else.
We have something else to talk about because it is extra time. I love the gong, but I think it cuts out my audio every single time.
It does. You have to pause it.
I'm hoping. No. I paused it this time. I'm hoping that it didn't go through. But this is extra time, where we talk about the things that we want to talk about that don't include our clubs because our clubs take up enough time as it is. I have been trying to talk about this particular topic for like 3 episodes in a row, and we've gone long 3 episodes in a row, and we haven't been able to do it. But on a shorter episode where we have dedicated extra time, we are going to talk about the relegation battle because 18th place West Ham, 23 points, is only what is it? 8 points off? Yeah, 8 points off of 14th Brighton.
It's a tight table.
Leeds, Forest, all within 6 points of relegation.
Well, I mean, West Ham are starting to pick up form, right? I think Burnley and Wolves are doomed. I think we can all agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Forest are still a bit up and down. I don't know what to say. I think, honestly, they're probably the favorites currently, even though West Ham are in the position. Leeds have picked up a lot of form, but not a lot of wins, a lot of draws for them. Tottenham are legitimately like close to being in this conversation. I mean, they're 6 points off the drop, and
yeah.
I'm going to pull up their run of games, but I mean, they got Newcastle, Arsenal, Fulham, Palace, Liverpool, Forest, Sunderland away. Though that's their next run of games in the league. I mean, that's none of those are easy.
So good. I'm hoping they can get points off a certain team from that.
Of course,
for relegation survival purposes.
But like, they're legitimately in this conversation.
Scary. Yeah.
Yes.
Like none of those games are an easy win.
In terms of position and form, I think Brighton and Tottenham are scary positions.
Brighton are going to Brighton.
They're in terrible form.
I think they might sack their manager. Apparently, they're really pissed with him.
Yeah, he hasn't performed well.
Not surprised.
What's his Hinchel something?
Hertzler.
No,
Hertzler. Sorry, Hinchelwood's a player.
Hinchelwood's a player.
Thank you. Sorry, it's Brighton. I don't.
They haven't gotten much attention lately because we just kind of look at them a certain way, and then Chelsea will buy a player or two from there. But when we're talking about like, oh, they continue to just recruit well and they continue to develop, I mean, like Brentford are probably the best in the league if we're having that conversation now. I mean, we look where Brentford are now after losing their coach and promoting from within versus Brighton, who, I mean, I feel like they've signed a lot of players and then they're loaning them out and then some are getting recalled. I feel like it's not necessarily all roses there, but I do feel like they end up turning it around at some point and then getting like 12th, anywhere from like 12th to 8th. Maybe that's a little high, but I don't know. I genuinely think Tottenham I'd be more worried about than Brighton because Tottenham don't have any available first team players. Their captain's suspended for 4 games now. The window is shut. I mean, it's genuinely getting dangerous for Tottenham.
All of these teams have really difficult runs to end the season. Like this battle will be a battle for the rest of the season. And I do want to shout out West Ham because I thought they were dead in the water for a bit there. Even under Nuno, they looked awful.
You know who to shout out. Shout them out, Dylan.
Oh, no, I'm going to shout out myself because I've been the biggest Paqueta hater of all time, and he fucking
Oh,
left,
no.
and they got back
That's
to
not what I
glory.
was saying.
Paqueta sucks.
That is fair.
Paqueta
That is
sucks.
fair.
Paqueta sucks. No, I shouldn't be that rude to Paqueta. He didn't do anything to me.
It's a crazy victory lap.
No, it's Fernandez. He has been phenomenal, right?
Well,
Is that not who we're
I've had him in my team for like 2 months, Dylan. I know all about
He's
Mateus
been on the
Fernandez.
team. The
Oh,
tides have
my
changed.
MLS,
The tides
my
have
MLS
changed since
legend.
Tati.
Yes,
Since Tati
Tati.
Castellanos
Yes,
has
yes,
joined
yes,
the
yes.
Hammers. They've just been playing better. And I know it's kind of been a meme on my end, but like Grant was saying, he did just score his first goal. Since he's been here, they've played better. Not necessarily that he's had any impact G&A wise to do that, but it's just a coincidence maybe. But
He was dangerous in
Somerville
the game
scored
against us.
in 4
And
games.
I think that was Burnley's last chance. That game against
Mhm.
West Ham, and West Ham comfortably beat them away at Turf Moor. So yeah, I really think it's right now probably 4 teams for one spot to go down with West Ham, Forest, Leeds, Tottenham, Brighton. I'm still not going to throw in there yet, but I genuinely think Tottenham are in this conversation. I mean,
No,
they're different 0. Like
they're
other
cemented
teams
in this
are negative.
conversation. They're cemented in
Oh,
this
it's
conversation. Thank you,
brilliant.
Mila, for bringing him up because he's been awesome, and their attack has looked much more fluid with him in it. Also coming from Lazio, where he wasn't playing well, like makes sense.
It's kind of just crazy that this is all it took. Like they
Somerville's
stopped going.
balling.
They
Somerville.
went away from the freaky clunky striker up top.
Well, yeah, they weren't
And-
playing an 80-year-old up there anymore. Like they
I
went
mean,
to
West
two
Ham
young-
and strikers. I mean, it's not a match made in heaven. That's for like they've brought in a
but
lot of
I think
strikers that have not worked
Castellanos
out.
has been good, and I think the players around him, whether that's been Paqueta leaving or just new blood in the locker room, have been great. Somerville.
Somerville's
Phenomenal.
been great.
His goal scoring
5 and
record in the
5.
past 5 games. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2 teams. I think that are looking down the barrel here. If it's not West Ham, there's a chance that they go back and dip in form. But the 3 teams for me are Tottenham, Forest, and West Ham because Leeds hasn't lost a game at home. I don't think in like 17
I'm not worried
matches
about
or
Leeds,
18
to
matches.
be honest.
I feel pretty confident in them staying up at this point. I just think they're playing really
Yeah,
good
me
footy.
too.
They've got a goal scorer in Calvert-Lewin, which is crazy. Aronson is playing off his rocker.
They play to their strength.
They
Yeah.
have plans for the future too in this league.
Yeah,
So
huge
I
credit
know
to them.
most clubs probably do, but I think they're very intent on staying up this year, and it looks like they're going to do it. I do have a
Yeah.
question for you guys though. If Tottenham do get relegated,
Yes,
what's one player that you would want to poach from their team?
Xavi.
Oh, dang it! I thought you were gonna say your own. I thought you were gonna say Kudus
No, we need some cover,
because
kids.
you talked about him all
Cole
summer.
needs some cover. He's gonna
one
get the
player-
surgery.
One player I'd want. I guess the easy answer is Van de Ven, right?
He's
Well,
going.
he's
Liverpool.
gone.
Okay,
Done
so he's gone
regardless.
regard.
He's already
probably
gone,
going
it
to
sounds like.
Liverpool.
I think my answer would be Solanke. I think I'd take Solanke as a backup 9.
Oh, they have no midfielders.
Yeah, I'm not. You think? Well, United tried
Conor
to get
Gallagher. They should.
so.
You guys should take Conor Gallagher.
No,
No, in all
you know what?
seriousness, I low key might buy low on Romero. I still think there's a
No.
really good defender in there, and
Gosh,
we're desperate
dude.
for defenders.
Y-
But
we
his
didn't-
stock has dropped a lot for me. with that.
If you're thinking defender, I totally would go to Danso before you go to Romero, in
Oh,
my
man.
opinion. But
Well, Van de Ven, I just don't see as tangible. I don't think that. I think he's already gone somewhere else. But
I mean,
Yeah,
even
no.
from a Chelsea perspective, the 2 things that you can have is 1, an outspoken player, and 2, an
red
idiot,
cards.
which he's both. And I think this is a big talking point to the entire thing of like
We can
they
fix
really
it.
could go down is the fact that they have the most injuries in the league. They are way out of form. They still have Champions League, which they're going to prioritize,
They finished
and they
fourth.
don't have Romero for the next 4 matches.
Premier
It's
League match.
grim.
Dragic is
Grim,
he sucks,
dude.
He
That's-
sucks.
I've got a couple of friends
Young
that are
center
Spurs
back.
fans, and I feel for him. To my boy Hatch, I feel for you, man. Like getting into really Spurs for the first time this season couldn't have been a worse season to do so.
You let this team win a European final, Dylan.
Yeah, dude.
You can't forget about that.
My cope was that we got 1 week or 1 game a week football, and that seems to be helping. So we could be
We
Spurs right
also,
now.
yeah. Dude,
We
I
could be
cannot
Spurs.
believe they're this bad.
It could be Spurs.
We could be Spurs.
It's great.
No, dude, they're in deep shit. I think out of all the teams there, like I know what Forest are going to do for the rest of the season. They're going to play
They're gonna
compact 4-4-2
yeah.
Sean Dyche football. We talked about that. We know what they're doing. I have no idea what Spurs are going to do.
They would
They-
not. I don't know. I can't even tell you what they're gonna do. But I can tell you that if they do get relegated, they are not gonna fall gracefully. That team's gonna get ripped to shreds.
Is Beyonce still going to do concerts there?
Oh, they're indeed. That would be the biggest story outside of the Leicester winning the league. That's the biggest storyline in the
Jaguars are going to
21st
permanently
century.
move to London. They're going to take the
Fuck, man.
stadium.
They might have to. Trevor Lawrence would look really good throwing the football there in comparison to watching them. I can't even imagine. We'll save that for a later.
Honestly,
exercise, 'cause
I
might
just
happen.
want one
It's
of
just
it.
a little
As
sneak
long as
peek.
one of Tottenham or
Holy
West Ham
shit.
go down, I'll be happy.
Yeah, like I guess the nice part is I'm okay with any of the teams getting relegated that are currently in that zone. Like
I like
I'm
Forest
with
being in the league. I got a soft spot for Forest for some
I
reason,
don't-
but yeah, Marinakis is
I don't-
business I'm not fond of.
everything that Leicester got in trouble for. These guys are doing. They buy 50 players a window. They aren't good, and they gypped Nuno. And then they have a Greek mob running their team. Like that's how I look at that guy.
They're
let's-
also just gonna lose their
He
team.
sucks.
Regardless, if they stay up, they lose their guys. They get relegated, they lose their guys.
No, they're the first people to say no to a release clause. Like, do you know how crazy that is?
You don't
Yeah,
think their
dude.
best
Release
players not
clause?
leaving?
No, they'll
Like,
leave.
Anderson is gone, and I have a feeling Morgan Gibbs-White is probably gonna leave too.
And Murillo, the center back.
Yeah.
Murillo,
He's been linked out.
Oh yeah, we'll bid for him.
It's gone. It's done.
That project is I honestly I feel pretty confident saying if it doesn't happen this year, it happens next year.
It happens next year.
Can we do a
We'll see it in the
Field
predictions.
Nacho for
Yeah.
Hudson-Odoi? You think they would?
Yeah,
take that?
you know what? That would be your player to poach.
Probably
that
would
crazy?
if they get
Isn't that-
relegated, you just grab him. You just
Sold him for
fucking
$3 million.
3
Hey,
million. You
that's the
probably buy
only-
him for 3 million.
Dude, we turned down 80 million from Bayern Munich.
That's stupid.
Honestly, that might be the only reason that Mila and I should be rooting for Forest to get relegated is just because
Take
Anderson's price
Anderson.
tag takes a tank.
We like
I don't
bidding
think
for
these guys
midfielders.
necessarily have relegation clauses in their contracts.
No, but
Some
I
of them
still
do.
feel like
Depending
you
when
just
they
can't.
signed.
He'd be like, I
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
go. I have a top 6 teams. I'm not playing in the championship. Like you have to let me go. And then
Of
every
course.
big team can play hardball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love not being in this conversation. I love not being in this I am a much happier human being today than I
15th.
ever was last
15th.
year. Oh God.
Amarin.
You know what? God
Second.
is good. God is good. I didn't know I'd ever say that on a podcast, but I feel it today. I feel it today. That's the end of extra time. We've ran longer than I thought, so let's get out of here before an hour. Predickies West Ham United.
It's going to be 3-1 Man United, of course. I mean, Man United are on such a great run of form. Surely they're just going to keep
and
the
your-
winning feeling going. It's going
and
to be
your
a
man-
Bruno Fernandes man of the
Yep.
match.
That seems like a good. That's in this run of form. That seems like a safe bet.
Why
Mila?
not?
2-2 Tati Castellanos.
No, you want him to keep his hair. Yeah, I'm obviously taking United to win 3-0. And I'm gonna go with my man of the match being Ahmed. I think he gets on the score sheet finally. What's the next match? Chelsea Leeds.
Play Leeds at home. Yeah,
Leeds
that's going to
aren't
have
very
to
good.
be. It's going to have to be a 2-0. It's going to have to be a 2-0 for Chelsea. And I think I said Caicedo last time, so I'm going to say Caicedo again.
Is Cole Palmer gonna play?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go 2-2. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. just because I can't tell you if Palmer, if I knew he was going to play, I'd probably pick Chelsea to win, but I don't know that. So,
Dude, I have to call out sick in the middle of the day if that happens.
2-1. Bert Sanchez.
Alrighty, and then
heroics.
Yeah, I like Mila is the first person to go with the goalkeeper in the
Bert
prediction.
whisperer.
I don't think I've ever picked a goalie to be my.
I think that's like the
my
third
bread
time I've picked a goalie.
Yeah, and I think most of them. I think 2 of the 3 have been Bert.
Maybe.
I can't believe how good he is now.
This weekend?
Definitely have picked him before.
I can't remember.
I think I
You
did.
may have.
I think
You
I
did, yeah, because you said 1-0.
1-0, yeah. All right, and then the last game, City versus Fulham.
At home.
Yeah, coming off a high. I think you guys roll into it. Fulham are really bad away from home. I'm gonna go 3-1 City with Cherokee, man of the match.
2-0 Marmouche.
Hmm.
4-0 Semenyo.
Respect.
Seems about right. Every time Mila or anyone on this podcast picks a win with City 4+,
Nope.
immediately
Nope.
bet
I literally got
That's
my first predicky was a 4-0 win against fucking
Okay,
Wolves.
but like we talked about with
different.
Grants at the beginning, when you predict anything with Wolves, that's different. There's a Wolves
That's
tax.
Fine.
Which renders my super predicky obsolete. That's what I just did. That's a perfect place to end it. That's a perfect place to end it. Yeah, jam-packed episode. Got extra time here. If you aren't already subscribed, please do that here. Like, comment, share, notification bell, all the fun stuff. That's Mila. That's Grant. I'm Dylan. This has been Clash of Clubs, episode 84. What?
He did it backwards.
Wrong boxes.
Oh, shoot. I'm backwards. I apologize. That's Mila.
Nope.
No.
This is right on my screen.
Oh,
Nope,
well,
not
it's
on
not
mine
Twitch.
or his.
Okay. That's Mila and Grant. I'm Dylan. This has been Clash of Clubs episode
That
84.
is certainly Dylan.
And we will see you guys in the next one.
2 words for him. Different gravy. Glorious goal! Wreathed in red. We're really seeing the most extraordinary finish here. On this day of days, has he delivered? Just magnificent! Potentially life-changing! That's football. Minute you let it under your skin, then you begin to make it better.